Thanks for checking out this video. Let's have a look at some things that I got recently. I didn't think I'd have much to make a video on recently. My wife was away, so I didn't get much of a chance to go out, but when my wife got back from being away, I went out for a drive, and in one day I ended up getting a whole bunch of stuff from a few different places. Right, let's have a look at the finds for the last little while. I went to a local Salvation Army, and it just so happened that I went there on a day when they were having a half off sale. So everything in the store was half price. Speaking to the person who was doing the register, he said that they didn't know till the morning. So there were a couple of good things around, and I guess it's kind of a first in best dressed type of thing there, especially when they don't advertise. So I got some things that I probably wouldn't normally get just because they're a little bit cheaper. This is an Akira DVD. It is not something that I have watched or that I plan on watching. It just seemed like it had a good price on it, $2 usually, so $1 on that day, and that should hopefully be able to be sold online and make a few dollars extra than what I paid for it. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It's for the PC, and I've already got this one on the original Xbox, but I thought for $1, so $2 normally, for half price, $1, it is something that can sit on my shelf for a while, and if I play it, I play it. If I don't, in a few years time maybe it will be used to maybe go up in price and I can sell it then, but for $1 it's worth grabbing now. Okay, then I went to I think this was a Lifeline shop, so another op shop down in either Oxenford or Upper Coomera. They had a bunch of stuff for $2, and I frequent this one, well, maybe only once a week or so, but I haven't seen any massive bunch of games in there or anything, so it was interesting to see these ones out on the shelf. The first one here is Fallout 2 on PC. These ones have a price tag of $2. That is what I paid for them. That is a good price for that game. It doesn't go online for very much, it doesn't seem, unless you have the big box version, and then it goes for big money. But to get this disc like that, this edition of the disc rather than the value pack type of ones or the essential PC, or they're called something like that. So to get a nice copy of that for $2, that was a good find. I'm not sure if I'll hang on to that because I've got a pack that has number 1, 2 and Tactics, I think it's called Tactics, in it. So I'm not sure if I'll hold on to that one or not. Bioshock Infinite. So that is complete for the 360. In pretty good condition, $2 for that one. This does not go on eBay for very much, so we shall see. I don't know if I'll sell it now or hang on to it. Same as Bioshock 2. This one goes for a little bit more online. Again, it's in pretty good condition. Came complete with the manual. $2 worth grabbing. This one I'm not sure if I'll hold on to it or not. It is Armour 2, which is, from what I hear, it's kind of like a tactical military shooter. And it came complete as well for $2 for the PC. It is pretty famous for being the game that somebody modded and made DayZ for. I don't know what I'll do with this one. Not sure if that's a keeper or if I'll get rid of it. And I found Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition on Xbox 360 as well. So the double disc. It's the classics version, but again, $2 is a good price for that. Even though it doesn't go for much online. If you were to buy it on eBay, I think it's around $8 or so. So for $2, that's pretty good. I've already got Fallout 3. And so a lot of these ones I already have. Bioshock Infinite and Bioshock 2 I already have as well. So we'll see. Not sure what I'll do with those yet. At that same op shop, I picked up a wireless router. This one can be used as a Wi-Fi extender. It drops the speed by a bit because it's not a very good one. But I thought I'd give it a go and pick it up for $5. I know that in previous places that I've lived, it would be handy to have one of these, even to get things like, I can't quite see it at the moment, but to get things like the Xbox hooked up that's in the pretend Daytona arcade machine. If you've seen any of the other videos that I've made, you may have seen that one. So to get a range extender to reach, if I put those machines out in, say, a garage or something like that, then that should come in handy. Alright, at the same place, so the Lifeline store, I also picked up this one. I had a feeling, because this one is an animated DVD, I checked online straight away to check if it's worth any money, and it seems like it's going for over 10 at the moment. RWBY, Volume 1, it was $2. I don't have an interest in holding on to this, so I grabbed it just to flip and see if I can make a little bit of money out of that one. Right, I then went to a Vinnie's that was near Ashmore. St. Vincent's op shop, I think it was in Ashmore, and I didn't find anything else there. I actually left the store after looking at this DVD, which is a music DVD, Eagles, Hell Freezes Over, and I didn't think much of it, and then I thought on the way out, actually I left the store and I thought, I'll just check online on eBay to see how much someone goes for, and it seems to go around for around the $15 mark in good condition. This one's in fair condition, so the disc is pretty good. It's been kicked, like you can see the case has been worn a little bit, but hopefully that's something that I can pass on as well. I don't watch any of the music DVDs. I've got a bunch of them, and I guess I don't find the time. I normally, if I put something on, it's just music itself rather than on the TV. So that one will be to flip. I went to just I'm not even sure. I think it's a Lifeline op shop as well. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a little op shop that I went to that was selling a PlayStation 3 console with a controller, and it said on it that it worked. I'll try and put a picture in at this point as well. I took a photo. It said on that it worked, and when I questioned if it had been hooked up to a TV, that's when they started saying, oh no, it hasn't been hooked up to a TV, it's just power that's been tested. And so I said, okay, so it's $50. If it doesn't work, can I bring it back? They said, we normally don't accept refunds. I said, it hasn't been tested, I'm not really comfortable taking it unless I can bring it back. And they said, all right. I took it home, fired it up, put it on the TV, and after about a minute or so, you could hear the fan revving, and it went up and up, and it just sounded like it was about to take off. So I took it apart, I cleaned it out as best I could. It was fairly clean already. I put some new heatsink I put some new thermal grease on in between the heatsink and the processors, the processor chips, and it didn't help. It still did the same thing. So thankfully I managed to return that, And it's always worth asking if you can return those type of things. And if you can't, they're not worth picking up. People normally don't, I guess, drop those type of things off to op shops when they're worth a little bit of money, when they can normally drop them off into other places like EB Games and swap them over. So I'm glad I asked about the refund, and it was able to be swapped over. While I was there, I found this bodyboarding DVD, Tension 9. I think this is kind of like a bit of a... It's bodyboarding, but I'm pretty sure they do a bit of stuff like a bit of Jackass type of movie making. Again, I don't have an interest in holding on to this one. This one is purely to see if I can get some money online and put it towards something that I do want. Alright, one of the local op shops managed to find a pretty beat up copy of Metallica Death Magnetic. That was $1. Haven't heard this one. I've got a bunch of other old Metallica CDs, but not any of the newer stuff. From what I hear, like as in what I've heard so far of this one, I've only listened to the first few songs, and it actually sounds good. Bit back on track after their Saint Anger. I wasn't a big fan of that one, so that was a good find. And then I found a copy of Wii Sports as well, which disc is in there. I think there's the manual in there. Yeah, the manual's hiding. It's in there as well, and that was $1. To pick that up for $1 is pretty good. Even though I know this goes for a bit of money in the American YouTube videos that I see, but not so much in Australia. I think you can normally sell this one for around about $8 to $10 on eBay. So not much of a profit in there, but still enough to give it a go. Right, then I went to an op shop that was near Ashmore. That can't remember what type of op shop it was, but there's a really big one there. I hadn't been to it before. It's almost like a big warehouse, and I looked through everything in the store, and there was a heap of people there, so the chances of getting something good were pretty slim. But I was looking at their CD rack, and I found a CD that had a bit of an interesting sticker on it. Something that don't normally see, which kind of looks like sometimes you see these type of stickers on things that are like overseas imports. So I thought I would check that one up on eBay, and these infected mushroom CDs seem to go for a bit of money. There's one of them that goes for around 40 Australian dollars, but this one itself, I think the only copy of that was on there, as in there was one other copy on eBay, and it was going for they were asking $20 for it. I couldn't find any sold items, unlike the one that as I said, there's one there that I had found sold items for around $42 or so. So we'll see how that one goes online. And then I found this in the CD rack as well. So I normally check out all of these ones that don't have a label. If something has a label on it in the CD rack, then normally what's written on the spine is the actual thing that's in the disc. Not always, but most of the time. When I find one like this, you're never quite sure what might be in there. And a lot of the old PC games that came with Windows 95 versions of PCs, sometimes they would include games as like samples or freebies and things. I know that's definitely the case of the first computer that we got as a family. And this one I picked up and had a look in, and it had Legend Entertainment Company up the top and Champions of Xanth. I think it's, or Xanth maybe. Champions, no, it's not actually. It had Companions of Xanth. And I had never heard of that. I looked it up, and it's an old PC game. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it to see whether it's worth keeping or not. But I only found one other on eBay when I checked it up, and the person who had it was asking for around $40. So if I don't want it, hopefully I can put it up and put it a bit cheaper than that and sell it off. I don't think it'll get anywhere near 40 because I couldn't find any in the completed. But even half that would be a fair pickup. Right, in either the last pickup or a different one that I did, I bought online Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, and it had in there as an extra little bonus Stalker Clear Sky and the manual as well. So I've got this. This is a first-person shooter set in Chernobyl. And the storyline interests me as well because originally it was based off a book. So had the first game, and I haven't played it yet, but I thought I'd get some other things online. I said that I'd probably keep that one just in the case, but then I went on eBay and did a quick check, and I actually found this item. So this was $4. Actually, the person had it for, how much did they have it for? I think it was up for $6, and it had a buy it now or best offer, and I put in a best offer for $4.50 and won. And it looks looks pretty filthy, but it is the case and another manual, which you don't need, but it is the case and insert for Stalker Clear Sky. So I'll be putting that one together. I might even put the extra manual up online for a small price as well. But yeah, I wasn't going to get that complete, but for $4.50 I thought that's a very fair price. So now I've got those two games in box. And I was talking about, well, I have a video, that I'm putting up about, if it's not up already, about selling games online in Australia. And one of the tips I'd said is when you get things that are sent to you, like this one has been, that sometimes the post office does not stamp the stamps. So then you can, if you're careful enough, you can reuse them. So there's $2.20 of stamps. This one cost me $4.50, but then you're almost getting your $2.20 back because that will go on an item that I repost later on. So it's a bit of a double win there. What's up, boy? He's a good boy. Right, I purchased this one from overseas. This one came from the UK. I don't think it was very much. But with my two Stalker games, I thought I would buy the book that it was the story comes from. So the developers of the game, which I think it's Ukraine company, they took this book, or this story I should say, Roadside Picnic, and they turned it into the game that we have. This one says straight away on the blurb that it's about aliens, where I don't think the Stalker games are. I think they're more about radioactivity and mutants and things like that. But this one is a little bit different in storyline. It has been translated from, I think, Russian into English, so hopefully it's a good translation of that work, and hopefully there's not much lost in translation. So now I've kind of got the story to read, which I'll probably read first, and then it'd be good to have a go at the two games. And there's another one on PC that was released just after that. And then there's supposed to be a new one coming out with the new Xbox Series X. What's that for me? I want this. Come on. Come on. Up you come. Wait. Good boy. This is another item from overseas. I saw this one online and it also had a buy it now or best offer. And I can't remember how much it was. I'll try and remember to put it in over the top of me talking here. But it is a game for for the pretend shooter arcade that I have. So when I say pretend, I have a arcade there that is set up with a PlayStation 2 and a Wii inside, and it's set up for light gun shooters. Yeah, hopefully I'll have the price still and I can put that one in. But it is Gunfighter, the Legend of Jesse James on the PlayStation 1. This is kind of like a Time Crisis setup where you have... Oh, it comes with the manual as well. I wasn't sure if it did. It comes with... it comes complete actually. And this one is a pedal game. So you push the pedal to come out into the cover, you shoot, and then you release the pedal, your foot pedal, to go back into cover, just like the old Time Crisis games. So I was happy to get that one and to give it a go with the light gun. Looks like it came from Cash Converters for £1. So I know I definitely paid enough money for that person to make some money on that. So yeah, so they get a little bit of money for the find, and then I get to have that one to give a go at in the games room as well. The Time Crisis games are my favourite type of light gun game, so I was pretty excited about getting this one. There's another one that's on the PlayStation 2, another Gunfighter game. I want to get that one, but it's a bit pricey in Australia, so we shall see. Right, back in the first pickups video I did, I showed just a picture. I didn't have the item because I'd already sold it off, of on the Wii, Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I sold that one for 99. I bought it for $1. I was lucky. It was a really lucky find. Bought it for $1 and then sold it off for $99 on eBay. And I picked up 2 vinyl records. I got the Emergency Room Party Adjacent. That's Dan Andriano's solo project. Dan Andriano from Alkaline Trio. I already have one of his records and it's really good. So I was excited about getting the second one and being able to support one of our favourite artists that way as well. You know, records are a bit of a novelty. You could buy the CD for I guess a fraction of the price, but when it's a really good artist that you really enjoyed, then I guess it's just a cool way of supporting them as well. So got that one, and this is one of the best albums I've ever heard. This is The Other Shore by Murder by Death. Murder by Death is the band, and it is so good. I had heard these guys only because they were touring with Against Me. Last time Against Me came out to Australia, but I didn't get to see. But I listened to Murder by Death's album and just thought it was so good that I had to grab it on vinyl again just to support them, because this album I was playing so much on YouTube music. So I was playing it so much digitally that I thought it'd be great to be able to grab that and support those artists as well. This is a bit I don't know. It's well worth a listen. Check it out, even just for a few minutes, and then see if you like it. Because I'm sure if I like it so much, there must be other people that do as well. And the last couple of things are these two games. I had showed this one already, Virtue's Last Reward on the 3DS. I played heaps of hours of it now, maybe around 8 or so. But it hasn't gripped me. It's more of a novel than it is of a game. So there's not much that you actually do in it. So I'm going to sell that one off and get something else. And this one is Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. And it is full of puzzles, and it has a lot of novel in it as well. But it has heaps for you to do. And I ended up playing about 25 hours or so of this one. No, maybe even more. It was really good. But I just can't see myself going back and playing it again now that I have played it. As I said, there is a big novel factor to it. And when you read through all the storyline, I can't see myself going back and doing that again. So I'll sell that one off for some extra money for things to go to the game room. Might even be able to get myself the second gunfighter. We'll see how we go. It's kind of other things can grip you at the time, and at the moment actually I owe a little bit of money to the bank. I like to keep it on a zero balance, so if I buy something then I pay the money back that I've taken out of the bank balance, and at the moment I'm a bit in the red, only about $20. So I'll sell some stuff off, put some money back in the bank, and then the rest will go towards future things for the game room. Thanks heaps for watching, especially if you watched to this point. If you haven't seen, I've got other videos up online. There hasn't been many eyes on them, so if you have been watching these, thanks heaps. If anybody wants to put some comments in or some questions, then you can do that. Otherwise, I will try and make some stuff that hopefully you're interested in again, so that you can check that out next time. Thanks again.